Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first Homelessness New York City Session 1, where this is just an in-person workforce development. I'll be your facilitator today, and it's very important for us to just remember to keep our phones and any other devices kept to either mute or off at this time. Where are we currently meeting? We're currently meeting here at the Bowery Mission. It's a homeless shelter. Um, and we're in conference room A, located in Tribeca campus, 90 Lafayette Street, New York, New York. And we're going to be completing a series of educational sessions that will be 1 hour in length and is really just geared toward the shelter counselors and community case managers, those of you who have already been working with the homeless community and assisting them with their needs. Today's date we got is December 7, 2022. And so before we even get started, we're going to conduct our very first pre-test. This will be something that carries on to our next sessions as well. So we'll do a pre-test and a post-test to just make sure that information is really being retained. And if there's any questions or concerns that are coming up, we can address those. We will also utilize checkpoints, have at least one throughout each session. And those checkpoints will just be small breakout groups of about 3 of our participants in each group. And the hope is that you will cover a little bit of the content we're discussing, and I'll walk by to ensure that each group is understanding what it is that we're covering. So let's keep going here. The hope of these sessions is that through our learning objectives, we'll be able to have a better understanding. Our participants, of course, will have a better understanding of homelessness in America and greater sensitivity to this community. So we'll cover quite a bit of background information in this first session here, and we'll lay the foundation for our next sessions as well. So our participants will be able to, which is you guys, of course, thank you so much for being here. You'll be able to define and redefine what homelessness is in America today. Homelessness has definitely changed over time. What makes a person homeless, the different challenges that they're facing as well. And so we're going to get into that in this session today. And next, our participants, again, is you guys. You turn your passion for the homeless into action. So we're going to talk about a homeless passion plan. We're dubbing it HPP for the sake of this educational sessions and training. So let's get started here. Defining homelessness. We're going to take some time out to watch a video here that's about 3 minutes long, and it's just discussing what homelessness looks like today in America and how that definition has changed. So I'll give a brief moment and pause here so we can watch the video, and then we'll reconvene after. So we're back now. What stands out regarding this video on homelessness? One thing that stood out as I watched this video is the fact that homelessness today is often hidden. And this is due to personal choices and sometimes because of policies. Personal choices meaning attempting to hide the fact that one may be homeless. By the way, a person may be dressed, what location they find themselves in, the type of people they're surrounding themselves with. And this is especially this actually happens more so, you see, with children. Children will couch surf is what they call when there's maybe a child that's homeless. They'll spend time on one family member or friend's couch, and they'll do that for a period of time, right? And that's just due to personal choices. Instead of living out on the street as a child or something like that, they may couch surf, right? So that's due to some of those personal choices. Um, and then we have policy. So I wanted to talk about one in particular that recently came about by the mayor of New York City. He has recently encouraged involuntary removal of the homeless in New York City. This is pretty significant because homeless individuals could be quite scared of a mandate such as this. And it would cause individuals to really try to hide or find themselves in locations that maybe a homeless individual may not have been found in previously, right? Like some of our subway systems are seeing an increase in homeless individuals. Um, and then there's also the tunnels underneath the cities as well, where homeless individuals. And that's actually nothing that's new. But again, something like this involuntary removal may cause even more individuals to find themselves in those locations, right? So yes, I really just wanted for us to touch base and talk a little bit about this video that we have watched and just discuss how homelessness has changed through the years. All right. So our next slide here, we're just going to talk about that history and stigma and personal views of homelessness. The history of homelessness in America really has changed. It really started with the growing industrialization of our cities and the different states, especially the larger cities like your Californias, your New York cities, your New York City. And because of that, it created more homelessness. There were more individuals moving into the cities with promise of work, with promise of housing, things like that. And it just overwhelmed the cities, right? And so, even in this history of homelessness, we have terms such as hobo and tramps were previously used to describe homeless individuals. And they were really frowned upon and looked down upon, right? Of having some significant mental health issue or because of moral reasons, they ended up being homeless. So that is really how homelessness in America really has where it started from and where it is today. And some of those same feelings and sentiments many individuals carry with them today. So we're going to talk about that right now. And the reason why we're doing this is because I really want to challenge those stigmas because we are individuals, right? We have our own experiences and we carry those into the workplace. And there could be, it could impact the work that we're doing with these individuals. And so some of the stigmas include homeless individuals are oftentimes ignored, right? They're isolated, they're exploited, and even become victims of violence. And with that being said, I want to talk about what are some of your personal views, right? What are those experiences that you had growing up? I want you to think about it. We're not necessarily going to talk about it. We're going to think about it because right now we're just challenging those personal views and experiences. What are some of the biases that we hold um, regarding the homeless? And then finally, how does it impact your ability to work with this population? How does it impact your ability to work with this population? The goal is that it doesn't, but in reality, like I said before, we carry a lot of experiences and our own personal views and biases into the work that we do. And that really has to change, right? You guys have already been doing the work. You're already counselors and case managers. You've been doing it for years now and have a pretty well-oiled machine. But let's continue to enhance that, right, and improve and evolve as providers working with homeless individuals. So redefining homelessness. This is a big topic for today, right? We're going to redefine homelessness. And according to SAMHSA, SAMSHA, an individual or family who lacks, the definition says that an individual or family who lacks a fixed, regular, or adequate nighttime residence, such as those living in emergency shelters, transitional housing, or places not meant for habitation. That's the definition that is being relied upon by this institution to redefine homelessness today in America. So what I want to do at this point is just take a break, right? We're going to take a break. We're going to do a checkpoint here. Small breakout session will happen. There will be about 3 individuals in each group, and I'll walk around listening to the conversations to see how you all are interpreting that definition and to see if your definition really matches what homelessness looks like today in America. We're going to take a quick moment. We'll do that, and then we'll move on. Okay. All right, so this drives home. Now we've redefined, we've gotten that history about homelessness in America and New York City. We've defined and redefined what homelessness is in America. And now we're going to talk about just having more of that sensitivity and turning our compassion for these individuals into passion, into a passionate plan. And so as providers, the main thing we have to be focusing on enhancing care and understanding and continuing to assist those who are experiencing homelessness. There's no other way around it, right? And so what we have to do now is connect that compassion that we have with a passionate plan. Because just like you see in some of these photos here on the screen, we should be able to believe that everyone should have some sort of a home, right? The home doesn't have to be look the same. It can be different types of home, right? Homes, because there are group homes, residential homes, there are private homes, multifamily. There's so many different types. Apartment living, but everyone should have a place to call home, right? And so that's what we're seeking to do. That's what we're seeking to address, and just increase and improve the workforce, right? Improve providers' ability to go out and do a good job in helping others. So that's why we're going to be discussing in session 2 our homeless passion plan, which includes the aim to increase awareness in identifying severe mental health needs. And then session 3, resource connection, right? Screening for those additional needs and trying to meet those needs. So in closing, we're going to conduct our post-test, see how you all have retained this information, and we will close out, and I will see you all next time for our next session. Thank you so much. I do have references, and you all take care.